Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're having a quick look at why we actually can't give up on anything that we're manifesting. So we know that we're always manifesting. It's just who we are. We're manifestational beings, and we attract everything through the consistent thoughts that we have on a daily basis. And I know that I talk a lot about self-regulation, and the reason why I talk about this is because the more you are self-regulated in your body, mind, the more regulated you are in your soul, and the easier it is to have clarity of mind and to keep your kind of mind in the direction towards what it is that you desire to experience. So with that being said, I wanted to just say a few words on why you can't actually give up on what it is that you're manifesting. Anything that you actually want to experience in your life is always going to be a desire. So even if you consciously think that you give up on what it is that you desire, for example, if you're affirming for something for a while, or using visuals, or doing things on a daily basis to attract what it is that you want, and you notice that it hasn't arrived yet, when you actually say to yourself, okay, I'm actually just going to give up on doing these conscious things and I'm just going to move on, you are actually still holding on to that desire because it is something that you want. So when we actually want something, it's always going to be something that we will call into our experience because there's a reason why we want it. It's something that we actually desire to experience. And when we actually think that we have to do all of these, methods and techniques and keeping our mind in a certain direction, we can unconsciously, make ourselves blocked in that direction, in the sense that we are affirming and we are using methods, and maybe we're looking outside of ourselves, still not seeing what we want, and that kind of creates a little bit of a circle into actually believing that we're not going to manifest what it is that we want. However, when we know this, actually what is happening is we are not believing in our purpose to realize it. What this means is that we're not actually believing in our abilities more than the actual desire manifesting. So what we actually do when we're actually having this kind of wavering kind of faith is to come back into our abilities. And when we come back into our abilities and are knowing that anything that we actually desire is the truth, we can go back into that direction, and that kind of pulls us out of the wavering. So when we're actually manifesting something, and for anyone who is along the journey and you feel defeated, bring yourself back to faith. It's the one kind of thing that will always pull you through, because when you bring yourself back to faith, you are saying internally that, yes, this is the truth for me. And even when I actually am falling in this wavering way, I can still believe that my purpose is going to be realized in actually manifesting this. Because really how it all comes down to, when we're actually manifesting, it's not wishful thinking. So when we look at it from an intentional purpose, and we know that as we continue to keep our mind in an intentional way to actually realize what it is that we are desiring to experience, then we know then that we can trust more and we can have faith more. It's a loyalty to the outcome, rather than actually having a loyalty to having this kind of unwavering belief that we're not able to actually manifest it. I think that it all just comes down to actually creating the belief within yourself that you are able to manifest what it is that you desire. If it's a truth for you in your heart, as I always say, if it's coming from the heart, it is something you are meant to experience. Things that we create from a maybe egoic perspective can cause us to, it's not saying that we wouldn't manifest it, of course we manifest it, but it can cause us to have the unwavering faith along the way, because we're battling with that kind of egoic kind of humbleness that is ingrained within us in our, I suppose, mechanism through how we operate in our realities. So when we are operating more in a kind of a balanced way, which is why we focus on our self-regulation, we're not actually being pulled back by the ego. We're being pulled into the kind of balance of what it is that we are manifesting. And when we know this, we come back to our faith, and we come back to the trust and the loyalty and the knowing within ourselves, and continue with actually directing our mind in this kind of way. So when we're manifesting, it's not about ever letting go. I don't think you can ever let go of whatever it is that you desire to experience, because if you have the desire, it's something that you are wanting to experience. And even when you come from that feeling of want and you actually want to experience it, that is an intense way of manifesting as well. I think when we look at the misconception of what lack is the actual belief in it not happening. It's not the actual belief of the manifestation, it's the belief of it not happening. So we change the belief around and we take it out of this lack kind of way of it not happening, and we use our affirmations and we build the faith and the trust within ourselves first, and then we kind of say to ourselves, okay, I know this is happening, it is happening, I can feel that trust within me, the faith and the stability as well too. No matter how my thoughts are going, if I'm wavering, it's still something that I have a purpose to manifest. It's not wishful thinking. I'm intending for this to happen, and so it is going to manifest. And that is kind of the mindset I think that we get ourselves into in order to keep going, in order to motivate ourselves, if we are someone who is not able to jump into saying that we actually have it right now. If you're someone who's able to jump in and say, I have this manifestation right now, then that is great, because you're bringing yourself into the stability and into the balance of it, and you're able to kind of go about your day in a healthy, balanced way, keep yourself regulated, your emotions regulated, and your thoughts on top of everything. And it's easier then to kind of call it in as well too. So remember, it's not about lack or want or anything like that. It's about understanding that when we come from states of lack or want, all we have to do is just change it around into actually intentional ways. So we are purposefully manifesting this into our life in whatever way that we are doing that. And it's not that, we don't manifest from lack or we don't manifest from want. It's actually that we don't manifest when we actually put too much belief into the idea of it not actually happening, if we actually create wishful thinking rather than intentional thinking. So I thought I would do a video on that. If you have any questions, you can comment down below and I will chat to you soon.